Hello ladies and gentlemen, Xentor here and welcome back to another video. And that's right, it's update day. Now if you're new here, please make sure you like and subscribe. But let's just do a quick first impressions, a review of this 22.6 update. So the first thing I want to show you is some of the new liveries which you've got. So the first new livery we've got in the A319 is the Drukgyal, the Royal Bhutan Airlines. Now, this livery is one I have been waiting for a long time because it means we can finally do flights to Paro Airport. Now, for those of you who don't know what Paro Airport, it's basically got one of the world's hardest approaches into it, and it's very challenging, and I've been waiting to do it realistically with this for a long time. Now, the next livery we've got is on the A320, so there's 6 new liveries, and quite a few of them are on the Airbuses. So we've got the Vistara on the A320-200, but again, a really cool livery. It looks really nice, it looks really smooth. I think it looks really cool. We've got 2 on the A330. We've got the Saudia livery, which I think looks pretty cool. It looks alright. And a livery which I like a bit more is the Finnair. I love the Finnair liveries. They're just really cool, if you ask me. I think they look really cool. We've got a livery on the A350, which is the Fiji livery, I believe. The Fiji Airways, there we go. So that, again, is a really, really cool livery. And I think that's, again, one of the best liveries we've got. And then on the 737-800, we've got the split wing scimitars on the 737-800 Aero Mexico. I think this is a really cool livery as well. The scimitars that are split at the end of the winglets are really cool, and they're definitely one of my favourite. So now going on to the F-18, the bit we're all excited about. Now, I realised when I click on the Blue Angels, we don't actually see it, the Blue Angels livery, so that is a bug, and that needs to be reported to infant flight, but I'm sure I'll put that out in a little bit. I need to get a video out first. The second livery we've got is the generic Aggressor, which again, a livery which I think is really cool. It's one of my favourite liveries. I think it's one of the best liveries of all of them. Now, if you are a non-pro user, you get the F-18, but you only get access to the Infinite Flight livery, I believe, which you may be a bit upset about. I mean, it's not my favourite livery of all of the liveries. I think it looks sort of cool, but again, it's not my favourite livery of them all, and that's just me being honest. We got the Kuwait Air Force, again, we got the Maverick livery, which looks really, really cool. The VFA 105, the VFA 14, like all of these weird liveries, which look really cool. The Sharknado livery, that's just called Sharknado, so it's a win. You got the Golden Warriors and the Vampires. So for this video, we're going to be using the generic Aggressor livery, because I just think it looks quite cool. Now, some airports have this thing called a wire stopper, I think it's called, or it's along those lines. And what it actually enables you to do is stop the aircraft in a very, very short distance. So we're going to hop in and we're going to see how this wire stop works. Now, apparently, if you just deploy the tail hook at one of the following airports, it will just instantly work. So I'm not too sure how it works. So I'm just going to have a zoom out and see, because I can't actually see the wire or anything. So it's a bit awkward for me because I don't really know how to work it. And I've tried to look into it before, but I couldn't figure it out. So let's just look at the aircraft, because that's why we're all here. First impressions, first looks. It's smooth, it's slick, it looks great. I think it looks good. I mean, this is 6 or 8 months worth of work here, finally coming to our mobile devices. I honestly thought it'd be out a lot sooner, but it has honestly taken ages. I mean, look at the detail on the livery, I think is really good. That's really cool. The outside of the aircraft, again, look at the detail on the gear there. Like, just a shot in general here. If I just turn the lights off, because they sort of ruin the photo. The detail there in itself is phenomenal on that gear. Like, there's been a lot of detail on these gear. Look at this one again. The amount of detail on these gear is crazy with all of the little like twisty things. So look, they've even got the little wires. So I think the detail on the gear and that, they must take hours upon hours. Just look at it all up in here. So fair play to the development team, who have worked obviously very hard. Now, at the back of the aircraft, we've got the wire stopper, which of course brings the aircraft to a full stop very quickly. So we just, oh, that's the wing fold. We're not after that. First of all, we want the arrestor hook. So here it comes down and it just keeps coming, I think. Or is that's about as far as it goes now. Looking along the runway, I don't see any wires, so I'd imagine they're invisible. So that's really cool. So something else which I didn't know we were getting is a wing fold, which we have on aircraft carriers, which I was surprised that we didn't actually get an aircraft carrier. So look at the wings, they just fold up nice and smoothly there for us all. Looking really cool. So it is a bit of a slow one. It does take a little while. So I'll just show you that the canopy opens as well. Canopy opening up there, so our little pilot dude can get up. It's got the little American dude, of course, as expected. So that looks really cool. And here we are at the cockpit. So I'm going to go into the cockpit mode for this, and I can't really see behind me, other than the control tower looking kind of sick. So this is a new 3D airport, I think, as well. So the first thing I noticed in the cockpit was all of these buttons. I have no idea if any of them work. I have no idea if anything moves. I have no idea what any of the buttons in the fighter jets do. I mean, we've got a little screen here, looking kind of cute. So this is what we've got here. We've got the little HUD here. Apparently we've got 578 bullets in our gun left. That's quite cool, only if I knew how to work it. And it moves. It's a live screen. They're all live screens here, and they all look really cool. Yeah, I don't really know how any of these work. That's obviously a pitch, etc. So they're all really cool. Now, what I want to do now is we're going to see when you put HUD on. Unfortunately, it doesn't show up in there as well, which is what I was hoping to happen. But that's alright, we can deal with that. So I'm going to bring up the arrestor hook. Actually, we're going to leave it on for takeoff, and we're going to see if it catches us on takeoff, because that's funny if it works. So can I bring that back down? There we go. And we're going to close up the canopy as well. And we're going to take this thing out and see how it fires, because I want to see how cool the afterburners look. So I'm going to put it onto night mode so we can really see the afterburners working. Or we'll leave it on sunrise, why not? So we're just going to go for it. It doesn't even matter to us if our wings aren't unfolded. We'll figure something out. So we are seem to be taken off, and the hook hasn't caught us. So look at that. So whoa. So once we're airborne, I just want to show everyone what I'm seeing right now. Just look at that. Oh, there we go. Whoa! Look at the afterburner there. Well, that is really cool. So here we go. We've got the afterburner. What a photo that would be with the sunrise. So the afterburner only works above a certain throttle. It might be 90%, or it might be just anything high. But yeah, that's really cool. So you can also see that the engine opens and closes, depending on how harsh your throttle is. So like, the less the throttle, the more closed it is. And we're just gonna, pop up the arrestor hook, and I'm gonna bring down the vertical speed a little bit so we can have a bit of a nicer landing. So that again, really cool. So what I want to see now is how nice is this to fly within a cockpit. Again, we're gonna turn our time to noon, and hopefully get a nice little idea of how smooth this aircraft flies. So first thing I noticed, it's actually quite smooth. We're going to do a little left turn here and see how it works. So it's quite a nice left turn. Actually, it is really nice. It's working nice and smooth. The aircraft, it looks really good on the outside on the left turn. We'll try some barrel rolls and that. Perfect. Okay, so now let's do a loop-de-loop. Why not? Now we're going to see how well it handles. Just a few little tricks in the air, because I will imagine a lot of people will be doing them throughout the day, obviously. So we've done our full 90 now. Just coming down to finish off our full loop-de-loop. And down, and there we go. So we'll just turn around actually, and we'll head back to the airport actually. So we'll just do a full 90. So we're at somehow we're already at 20,000 feet. I don't know how that's happened. Now what we're gonna try and do is use this arrestor hook, and what we're gonna do a little short. That is not the airport I wanted. So with regards to the arrestor hook, I'm not too sure how they work. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know how the arrestor hook works. I've tried watching the tutorial, but it mentions firm braking and just land, and it looks like they literally just touch down, and the arrestor hook just catches you as you land. Now, I don't know if there is a preferred touchdown zone or anything, It says deploy it around 100 plus or minus 100 feet, so we'll do that then. But we'll just see, because I will just click on the airport and see if there's anything about enabling the arrestor hook. So we're headed for runway 32 right, which is on, but we can't even set nav, and there is no way to turn on the arrestor hook like this. So I'm just going to imagine it automatically does it for us, which is what we would hope to happen. Now we should look at this aircraft anyway now while we're on approach, because we've got time. So it looks really cool. It looks slick. I mean, I think the idea of all the missiles on it look cool. If I change our weight and balance, do we gain missiles? No, we just get heavier. Okay. So actually, something I'll show you here actually in the payload then is, look, we've got all of these fuel tanks. We've got all 6 of them, and you can choose how much weight you wanted each of them, which I think, again, really, really cool. So we have to bump up our speed a little bit here, and we're at 800 feet. Or are we above ground level? Because that's what we want. We're at 500 feet above ground level. So I'm going to bring down the arrestor hook now, just because it makes me feel a bit happier to know that it's fully deployed and ready for us to land. Now, if this doesn't work, it'll be really sad, and I'll be really sad. Now, I don't know if there's a preferred landing speed with the arrestor hook either, but we'll just come in and we'll just hit it on the ground. I saw 800 feet per minute was apparently a good one to land at with the arrestor hook, but we'll find out in a second, and hopefully the arrestor hook will clamp on for us and just knock us straight down, because I believe this airport is one of them with the arrestor hook. So we should sum it down. Has it caught us? I think it's caught us. That's caught us. So the arrestor hook, I think, got us. Yes, right. So that is it. Oh, and that also happens. So that was an arrestor hook landing. So as you can see, it's brought us to a full stop in such a little distance. We literally touched down here and it came us straight to full stop. So there are only a few airports which can use it. I think there's 8 of them where you can use the arrestor hook. And they're all in America. So they're all really good airports, obviously. And they're all 3D. And they all got the arrestor hook. So that's how you land with the arrestor hook. I did not expect that to happen first time. I'm actually quite happy about that. So that's really cool. So the aircraft itself is really cool. It's got some really cool features. I think the flap transition, it's slow again, so it finally looks more realistic than the previous one, where if you remember previously, it just went straight down and straight up, because I've got a comparison video coming, and I'll show you all in that. But again, it looks really tight, and it looks really cool. So I'm going to go on an aircraft carrier hunt. If I just type aircraft, will we see an aircraft carrier? No, that's unfortunate. So there's no carrier that we can see. Well, there's Carrier's Sky Park. Not in the ocean, is it? No. So unfortunately, it looks like there is no aircraft carrier yet. I was hoping we'd get one, especially with this update due to the thing, but I suppose it would be extremely busy, and it would just be hell. So I can see why they haven't added it. But I think all in all, this aircraft just looks phenomenal. Let me know what you'll think. If you are a non-pro user, remember you do get access to the infinite flight livery. But other than that, I think I'll see you in the next video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And this has been a great update. First reviews. I think it's a solid 8 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10. But I think it's great. If you love aircraft fighters or like fighter jets, this is the update for you. Other than that, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Good night.
Find your way.